Well, we get a chance to start the exhibition season, and I think it's Central Oklahoma, coached by Terry Evans, a young man that played at Oklahoma. And it's good for us because it gives us a chance to go against someone other than ourselves. I mean, our guys right now at the stage of, they're chippy, they're kind of in that mode where they kind of get stale. So I've got to be creative to keep them motivated and keep them going. This group has been really, when you talk about starting in the period of July, they've been going at each other, and so and it also gave us an opportunity to get some feedback. One of the features you're going to see in this particular game is the 30-second clock will be in display, and it's sort of for the NCAA referee, and they want to get some feedback on shortening the clock. So we'll provide some data for them. I guess with the way we play, we could use a 20-second clock, 15-second clock. So it'll be so that's why you'll see the 30-second clock. I saw what someone had mentioned about Keaton, the game in Bologna. The reason he didn't play, he had twisted his ankle, so it wasn't he didn't break any rules, anything like that. It's because his ankle was twisted, and we wanted to get him prepared and get him saved up for as we get ready to get into this season here. I'll open some questions. Yeah, Keaton's healthy. Yeah, he practiced yesterday, so yeah, he's ready to go.
So we have a source that says you're not a very good referee, and he's looking forward to playing as a referee. Comment on that?
Well, my officiating is what it is. I mean, that's just part of it. It's amazing. I got the whistle, so it's my judgment, and sometimes my judgment is not very good for a reason. When you're trying to get your guys to play at a certain level, and just get them to understand, you got to play through adversity, and so I'd really try to put them as much pressure as they possibly can, and so it might be a relief for them to have a chance to go against some guys that get paid for. I don't get paid for officiating, so but it's been like that, no blood, no foul, and so hopefully we can get some and-ones as we get prepared.
He had
he's politicking probably. He's trying to get some playing time.
So Mike, you just kind of have a let him play philosophy with officiating?
Well, no, I don't let it get outrageous. I think there's a physicality that takes place in the games, and we've seen that. There are times where the officials does not see everything, and so you got to be able to play through it.
The red white, where you really don't have the depth to play the kind of defense you want. What kind of a test is this to kind of see where you are defensively?
Well, it's a great point because now we put all this together. We talk about the depth that we do have, and and of course you really don't see it in the red-white game. You can see it because they're playing against each other, but now we really get to the point now where we start talking about go out and get quality minutes. That means guys going out and playing at a high level. So with this game coming up, we'll have an opportunity to play a lot of guys. Probably play everybody, and there'll be probably two groups, and maybe even if we had 15, it'll be a third group. But we want to see, guys have busted their tail to put themselves in a position to have an opportunity to go out and play someone other than themselves, and let's see how they perform. So this will give me an opportunity to really see them, and when as I say, when the popcorns pop in, you got fans in the stands. You're playing someone other than yourselves now. So see if those guys that go out and play and do some of the things that we've been working on.
These open scrimmages and all the practices, how do you feel about the new point guards? How do you feel those guys are meshing with Kyle?
I think our guard play is pretty good. I think it's steadily getting better. I think guys are understanding, what their roles is. A guy like Jabril, I think he's gonna. It's like a breath of fresh air, a guy that can create for others, and one of those guys that pass first. But he's got to me, he commands guys to get in position, and that's what you're looking for, some guy that's going to provide some leadership out there. It's early on right now, but I'm hoping to see that continue to progress as the year goes on. Anton Beard, I think as he's gotten in shape, I think we're starting to see the effects that he can have, the impact he can have on, on our particular team, because he's a guy that has a nose for the ball, just defensively can get into people, can create and create for others. And of course, Kai. I mean, the two scrimmages that we had, I think Kai was responsible for like 22 assists. So it shows you that, He doesn't have to have the ball in his hands all the time. He can still be a guy that can make things happen for other players. And our big guys are enjoying it because now they're the recipient of those passes that we talk about. You know, the beauty of a big guy playing with good guards is they give you the ball when all you got to do is go finish or get fouled and get to the free throw line. And so hopefully we'll see some of that. But on defense, they can be disruptive too. So, but there's still a lot to learn, you know, especially with these guys here. But having guys like Anthlon coming back and Kai Madden, I think it helps the process a little quicker because they can get these guys to hopefully understand what they've got to bring to the table.
Brill was saying conditioning was a big difference here as opposed to Seminole. How do you think he and Anton have adjusted, and are they in the kind of shape you want them to be in?
Well, you know, you speaking of the conditioning, I think it's something they got through, and it's made them better prepared for our practices. I think they're more effective in our practices. Early on, they were like rag dolls. I mean, we first started out, I mean, it was, you touch it, man, they just fall over. I mean, after like 5 minutes. But now they're getting through the main portion of practice, and even as we get into the scrimmaging part of it, and finishes strong. So the condition is enabled them to practice even better. And as you practice better, now you're getting into game shape, so you have a chance to play.
You know who you're going to start Saturday?
No, I have no idea, Bob. I probably got 8, 9. With this team, maybe 10 guys that could start. So, but it ain't gonna be important who starts, especially in these games here. It's gonna be the playing time, and as you get out there, what do you do with those minutes that you get out there? So I may mix it up. I may have a group start the first part of the game, the second half start another group, and just to see how they do come out and how they perform.
I read this on Twitter, so I know it has to be true, that
Twitter.
Nick Babb has been leading y'all in steals since practice started. Is that right?
Yeah, we did you know, we keep those stats that always I think are important in winning, and that is it has nothing to do with field goals. It's assists, turnovers, rebounding, deflections. We keep a stat every single day. We keep a board out there. And it's amazing I wanted my guys to go and add them up, you know, after a period of probably about 3 weeks. And to my surprise, the guy that led us in steals was Nick Babb, and he probably has the least amount of time. And so that tells me that he has a really good feel defensively. He can anticipate. He's where the ball is. He's 6'5", and that kind of threw me aback, you know, that he would be the guy that's leading that. But it doesn't surprise me neither because I think he'd be a very, very good defensive player.
You know, the young guy, how much, if he can play, if he's willing to go out there and really play the defense you want, how much does that help a young guy get in maybe sooner rather than
That is the key to getting in. I think when you talk about this team here, we're going to be a team that's going to be defensive first. And those are the guys you're going to see out there. The blue-collar guys are the guys who are going to be out there. And so hopefully, you know, the guys that are white-collar, they can turn into blue-collar as well. That's how you get out on the floor. That produces winning. You win championship with defense, man. You win with defense. And I think our defense, when it's good, it can create some offense for us, and sometimes easy offense.